Hello and welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will cover up the basics of laws related to property in India. Property is a valuable asset and it is important to understand the laws and regulations related to it. In this video, we will discuss some of the key laws related to property in India, including the Transfer of Property Act, the Registration Act, the Land Acquisition Act, RERA, and the Inheritance and Succession Act. Transfer of Property Act. This act governs the transfer of property in India. It defines the various modes of transferring property, such as sale, mortgage, lease, and gift. It also lays down the conditions and requirements for valid transfer of property. For example, any transfer of property must be made with the free consent of the parties involved, and the property being transferred must be clearly identified and described. Registration Act. It makes it mandatory for certain types of documents, such as sale deeds and mortgages, to be registered with the relevant authorities. This is to ensure that the transfer of property is legally valid and that the rights of the parties involved are protected. Registration of property also provides an official record of ownership, which can be helpful in case of any disputes or legal proceedings. Land Acquisition Act. It governs the process by which the government can acquire land for public purposes, such as building infrastructure or development projects. The Act lays down the process for acquiring land, including the determination of compensation to be paid to the landowners. The Act also provides for rehabilitation and resettlement of affected families. Real Estate Regulation and Development Act, RERA. It aims to regulate the real estate sector and promote transparency and accountability. RERA mandates that all real estate projects must be registered with the regulatory authority. The developers must comply with certain requirements and obligations, such as providing timely possession of the property and adhering to building norms. Inheritance and Succession. These laws determine how property is transferred after the death of the owner. The Indian Succession Act, of 1925, is the primary law governing property succession in India. The Act applies to all persons residing in India, regardless of their religion, caste, or gender. It also applies to non-resident Indians and foreign nationals who have property in India. Under the Act, succession can take place in two ways: testamentary and intestate succession. Testamentary succession occurs when the deceased person has left behind a valid will. In such cases, the property will be distributed as per the instructions laid out in the will. In the absence of a will, the property is distributed through intestate succession. The Act outlines the order in which legal heirs will inherit the property. Conclusion. In conclusion, laws related to property in India are many and varied. It is important to have a good understanding of these laws to ensure that your rights as a property owner are protected. If you are dealing with any property-related matter, it is always advisable to seek the guidance of a legal expert. We hope this video has been informative and helpful. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to our channel to receive further concise and relevant legal guidance. Your support in liking and sharing our content is also greatly appreciated.